You heard of them?
I've not heard of them. I am also leaving this in. Okay.
Okay.
So, hi, welcome to See What Sticks, a podcast about everything and nothing. I'm your co-host, Russell.
And I'm your other co-host, Emma. This is our first episode. We're going to be doing a couple of smaller introductions, things of that nature, and we'll move on from there.
Okay, so we were supposed to do an episode about Justice League, because that came out this weekend, which is completely dating this episode. But we're going to do that. We're going to do Star Wars The Prequels and just movie stuff for our first one. However, Emma's never seen Star Wars before. I know she's one of the five people. She's one of the 5 people on the planet who's never seen it. So I was like, hey, Emma, you should watch the prequels. And she's like, yeah, I will, because we got to do the podcast. And then she's only seen 1.5 of the movies.
I've gotten through The Phantom Menace, and I was quite hooked. However, with a new job, things got a little busy. But I'm getting there, working on it, and we'll pop that next one out here soon.
Yeah, hopefully next week, because I really want to... I want people to know what it sounds like when you have someone watch the prequels for the first time as an adult. Because I've never had that experience with someone who's never seen Star Wars, but talked about Star Wars for the first time. So, yeah, that's that. And then Justice League, we were going to see it and try to be ahead of the curve, because we were going to see it the night before it came out. But that didn't happen because time got away from us. We went to dinner, and it got done at like 9:30. So that's not happening. So instead of that, I thought it'd be fun if I ask Emma trivia questions.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Okay, so we're just going to start off because that's a good way to get to know people. It's like an icebreaker for you.
To know you.
It is. Okay. It's a good way to get to know people, and it's a good way to see how dumb we are.
Thank you.
Okay, what state lies south of Georgia?
Florida.
Okay, I wouldn't have been able to answer that, but I have the answers.
You actually didn't know that.
This sounds stupid. I was going to say Alabama.
Alabama's next to Georgia.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, Alabama's on the coast. Georgia's up on the side. It's Florida.
Guess what? Things enter,
I thought Mississippi is next to Georgia.
Oh, crap, maybe it is. I don't know geography.
People are listening to this, and they're like, you guys are morons.
I don't travel. I am such a homebody. I need to get out and explore things.
I thought Tennessee was next to Georgia.
Oh, Lord
but I
Jesus.
think it's above
No,
Georgia.
That's above Georgia.
South Carolina and North Carolina are above Georgia on the coast.
On the coast, but they're technically, technically they're above Georgia if you drew a line.
It's like it's like a banana shape. It's like
No,
a
it
crescent.
goes Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. That's the straight line down.
Huh. I don't think I could have named all those states. Okay, next question. If it's noon in Boston, what time is it in New York? This is a no-brainer.
Noon, right? Because they're the same time zone.
Yeah,
okay. I was like, I wanted to say that, but I was like, oh no, it's some stupid question.
What is the postal abbreviation of New Hampshire?
NH.
Yeah. What is the capital of Mississippi?
Oh no, I used to know this. Oh no, elementary geography, come back to me.
I don't know.
Geography? That's geography.
It's like social studies and geography.
No, wait. Give me a hint. I can do this.
It's the last name of a president.
Okay, that is the most unhelpful thing I think you could have given me.
His first name's Andrew.
Jackson.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I got that.
This one's going to be hard because you're not a huge movie person.
Mm-hmm.
Boris Karloff is which monster in the first horror movie?
Which monster in the first horror movie?
That's all it says.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Frankenstein.
Oh, I'm gonna be real. I haven't seen any of the old Frankensteins or anything.
What, you've never seen the old, Universal monster movies, like Creature of the Black Lagoon, Creature from the Black Lagoon,
No, I actually realized that the other day, and I feel like I need to sit down and watch those, but that's kind of also adding to my to-do list of movies right now, and I'm falling very far, I can't speak, behind them.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next. What company made Lion King? This is...
It's the little castle. Da-da-da-da-da. The beginning with the little shooting star. It's like
you don't know what company that is?
I've also DreamWorks Animation. Is that DreamWorks? No, because DreamWorks is the little boy on the moon. It's
You mean the most famous company on the face of the...
Shh, I'm not good with that stuff. It's Pixar's the
Disney.
little bubbly one. Yeah.
You couldn't remember the word Disney?
No, I couldn't. I thought, because I was thinking Tinkerbell and the land and the world, and I couldn't remember the D word. Not the other one, though. But it's...
Okay. What ocean is off the California coast?
The Atlantic? Pacific. It's Pacific. It's the Pacific one. You're giving me a look. I'm not that smart.
San Diego is in what state?
California.
Oh, you act all like...
Okay. Alright, oceans are a different level.
You couldn't remember the word Disney and Pacific Ocean.
Okay. You have plenty of those moments, Mr. Hammer something in with a piece of glass.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
What is the name of the first flight of... Okay.
English.
Reading is hard. What was the last name of flight pioneers Orville and Wilbur? Like the two...
Redenbacher?
The popcorn guy?
You said Orville. That's the only...
Orville and Wilbur what?
I don't know.
Right. The Wright brothers.
Oh, I should have known that. Yikes, guys. My history and geography skills are out.
Michael Jordan played what sport?
Basketball?
Yeah. If you would have said...
No, you put me on the spot and I get really stressed out and my brain's just like, nah.
Is it because there's a microphone with a little scary red light?
No, it's not the microphone, it's you.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like you put like a spotlight on me. Sweating
What are
over
the
here.
colors in the U.S. flag?
Red, white, and blue.
Okay.
Okay.
What color are the stars?
White.
Okay.
No, I thought they were black. Totally.
What's the postal abbreviation for Vermont?
Oh dear, I used to know this. It's VT.
Yeah. What state is called the Sioux state? Like Sioux as in the Native American tribe. I wouldn't have guessed
Is
this
it
one.
in the Midwest?
No.
No.
It's in like the West. It's a western state, but
Wow, West.
it's in the West, but not
the
one that you
Sioux
would
state.
guess. It's a Great Plains state, I guess.
Oh Lord.
If we're going geography.
Is it where the Wizard of Oz is based out of?
Is it in Kansas?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
It's not Kansas.
Hey, that's totally plausible.
No, it is.
What is
plausible.
the Sioux state? I don't know.
It's North Dakota.
Oh,
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I knew that. I should have known
It's because
that.
buffaloes, right?
I mean, okay, just because there's buffalo does not.
But
mean
I always
there's
think
Native
of Native
American people.
I always think of Native Americans as like on their like
What
horse
do you-
tribes,
What?
on their horses hunting buffalo. That's that's like what you see in like movies like that aren't
Yeah.
racist Native
People
Americans.
also have superpowers. Do you think? That's what
Okay. No, like okay, so when you think of like Native Americans but not like
Dog,
racist,
That's prejudice.
it's okay.
That's
I'm
so
sorry,
prejudice.
but I would just think of Native Americans on their horses like hunting buffalo. So that's why I don't know.
You know they ate like plants. And
No,
stuff
I
too,
understand.
right?
But like when they're like on a hunting expedition, I don't
You
know.
can travel too.
Yeah, they had. I don't know. That's what I thought.
Okay.
sorry.
I got you. No, I got you.
What basketball team do the Suns come from?
I don't even know, man.
Oh, it's the Phoenix
I'm
Suns.
not. Just to give y'all a heads up, I am not super in the whole sports life. I try, and I can't do it.
Okay. What are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' favorite food?
Pizza.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So you know,
I don't even know how I knew that.
you know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you can't do Disney.
I've never watched a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode in my life, and I knew that.
What does the term MVP mean? Like MVP
Most valuable person.
player.
Oh shoot! I was thinking of VIP.
Oh God, what does VIP stand for?
Wait, no! Oh no! You've got me all confused. It's very important person.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I was like, oh no.
Okay.
Wow, that makes so much sense now when they say MVP. You the real MVP. Now I understand.
What is Ottawa is the capital of what country?
Oh God. Why is it all geography?
Because I just typed in quiz questions for little kids.
Okay, that's not cool, man. This is like, are you smarter than the 5th grader stuff? I don't know. Is it like south, north, east,
What
west,
country?
east?
What country's capital is Ottawa? Country. If you don't get this,
Stop! You're putting the pressure on me. I don't know.
Everyone who's listening is like screaming at the computer or whatever they're listening on.
Give me a hint. I'm not good at geography. I've told you this since day one.
Ottawa, Canada.
I was gonna say Canada, and I was like, no, it's gonna be some stupid other one that I'm like not even gonna know of or anything. Like,
Oh no!
as you can tell, I'm not from Canada. Very obvious.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do first grade questions.
Oh, great.
We're gonna go down to first grade.
You're such a turd.
Okay. Oh, I have to pay for this website? What the heck are you doing? Okay, we'll do Christmas quiz. Okay, who had an encounter with the three little bears?
Goldilocks.
I was gonna say Dorothy.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you have no
Okay,
room to make fun of me.
What is Winnie the Pooh's donkey friend?
Eeyore.
Okay.
He's my favorite.
Who was created by Geppetto?
What?
Geppetto the woodcarver? Or
Oh, Pinocchio.
Yeah. What's the name of the bear in the Jungle Book?
Blue.
Yeah, okay. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Oh, dear. Man, you're going to get into that, like, art history.
This isn't even art history. This is, like, common knowledge. This is on questions for first graders.
Am I a first grader? No. I don't know how I made it through first grade, but I did. I know, but I don't know. I've got
3 words. The middle word is duh.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be that, but I was like, oh, it's going to be something off that I totally did not think of.
Okay, this one, I don't know where the answers are to this one, but who leads a gang of outlaws in Sherwood Forest? Is it Robin Hood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who
I
stole
say that
Christmas
confidently, but I'm not sure.
in Dr.
The
Seuss's?
Grinch.
Okay.
That is like, everybody should know that.
Okay.
Mr. Grinch. Touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Wait, is it 10 or 21 foot? I can't remember.
That's all I can remember.
Oh.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I think you have to pay for a lot of these websites. Okay, I'm gonna do film and TV questions.
Oh, well, we all know who's gonna get that
okay,
one.
wait.
Okay. Calm down over there.
Oh, okay, some of these I actually didn't know. How many Academy Awards did the movie Titanic win?
Is it in the double digits?
Yeah.
Is it in like the 20s?
There's not. You can't.
I don't know.
I don't think there's 20 different categories.
I think it's one like 14 or 17.
It's 11.
Oh, wow.
The most ever, I think, is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. I think it did 12.
It's pretty intense.
Right.
Lord of the Rings is a fantastic trilogy.
Right. They're my favorite movies.
I know they are.
What?
What? People want to hear. They don't want to hear you read.
Okay. Well, they're not hearing me read. They're just hearing nothing.
Exactly.
Okay. Reading's hard.
Do you want me to read
No. Which?
Do you need your spectacles, old man?
Okay. What malformation did Marilyn Monroe have when she was born? Like what?
Are we talking about like beauty marks?
It's like
or
it's. I don't know if I. It's like
cleft palate?
No, it's like a deformity of some kind, but very minor. I didn't know this. I would never have guessed this.
Astigmatism? I don't.
She has 6 toes.
Really?
Yeah, it says 6 toes. I mean, I don't know how.
That's a fun fact. You know, I've never met someone who has 6 toes. I met someone who has 4 toes. But they lost one. They weren't born with 4. They lost one from a horse.
Oh, God.
It stepped on her foot. Man.
I knew a kid in high school who had 1 hand. It was pretty cool.
That is interesting.
Yeah, he was born like that.
Did you see that YouTube video of the little girl who had like a prosthetic unicorn horn arm and it like shot glitter? I was like, that's pretty cool.
Cut my arm off today. I'll get one of those.
No, but like she definitely made the best of her situation for sure. Like,
have you seen the girl who was born with the heart outside of her body?
No.
It's really crazy. Like it's in her chest, like where your heart should be, except it was born outside of her rib cage instead of inside of her rib cage. So there's like
you can see it beating.
Yeah, you can. Oh. Well, it's like a thin layer of skin over her heart, so you can like see it beating, and you can see the outline of the heart. It's pretty cool.
Are they gonna try and like surgically fix it, or they're just cool with it?
I think it's up to her. I think she's probably cool with it. If I had a heart like that,
I was so scared that's like just something running into you. I mean, I guess I don't know anything about medical stuff, so I probably wouldn't know anything about it. But I guess my mind would go to. You
probably have to wear a special thing or be in like special kind of like hospital living where they control that.
That would be so crazy.
Okay. Next question. What's the address number of The Simpsons? I know this because I'm a huge...
I know you know this because you're like the world's biggest Simpsons fan. I could not tell you.
742 Evergreen Terrace.
Wow, that...
I didn't even look. I just knew that.
That's pretty...
Okay. What is the name of the most famous prison on a rock?
It's
in
Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's San Francisco
Yeah.
Bay. You know what? You may know this one. Some of them are really obscure old film questions.
Yeah, I won't know those. I can't remember Disney. You think I'm gonna remember?
What is the name of one of the most famous James Bond parodies?
Oh, no. No, I used to know.
Oh, behave. $1 million.
Oh, dude, your Austin Power impressions are a little creepy.
Okay.
I'll never do that again.
What is the name of Herbie? Wait, what?
Herbie?
What is the number of Herbie the Beetle? Like the
23.
No, it's 53.
I know some of the things.
I was gonna say 13.
You won't even believe it. There was a car dealership near my house that actually had like a remake of the old Herbie, like the old Beatles.
Mhm.
And I really, really wanted to buy it as my first car, but they're also like metal death traps. So it wasn't the best idea. Also, it's stick.
Do you know who designed the Volkswagen Beetle? Like whose design it was, or whose idea for that car?
No.
It was Adolf Hitler. He's the one who he liked the design or something, and that's he was
They're
the
a very
birth.
unique car.
I thought you were going to say Hitler's a very unique person.
No.
I
no,
mean, I guess in a weird, horrible
I'm
way.
not even get into that topic. No, his opinion of cars is very
FYI, I'm not a Hitler fan. Not a fan.
Well, I would hope.
Yeah,
How long have I known you?
a while.
Yeah.
Definitely a Hitler fan is not one of the things on the list. You're like, oh, this guy likes movies, he likes food, and Hitler. Wow, the trifecta.
Yeah, no. No. No.
Oh, okay. You speak French. Can you read the first one?
What? Okay, it's been a couple of years. What color is the French wine? I think it's Beaujolais.
Well, there's two options, red and white. It's red, because I saw the answer.
Yeah, it's Beaujolais.
Those aren't even good questions. You know what? No one wants to hear that.
I get Spanish and French mixed up, and then the J starts scaring me, because I'm like, wait, is that supposed to be like a huh or a ja? And then I start getting freaked out, and I close down. I shut down. I let everyone down around me.
Quiz questions for kids. Okay. Because I have nothing else to talk about. Other things about me. Oh, okay, cool. Here's some. What school did Harry Potter attend?
Hogwarts.
Okay. This one, you'll get if you think about it. What country sent an armada to attack Britain in 1855? What country sent an armada? Armada.
Okay, yeah, saying that word to me.
Armada.
Armenia.
Armenia with their armada. What language is armada?
I don't know.
You don't know what language it is?
No.
Really?
I'm assuming it's one of the larger.
In 15, you mean the country of Armenia, a very small country next to Turkey?
Geography and history are not my forte. You're asking like all the ones that you know I'm gonna.
No. Armada. What language is the word armada?
No, dear.
Spanish.
Oh crap. I am a moron
You're like
when it comes to
Armenia?
geography. Hey, now you kept saying it like that had some sort of context to me, and I was like,
Okay, what's the patron saint of Ireland?
Why do you keep asking me these questions? I don't know these things. These are
Okay,
things
what do you
would
think
know.
of Irish? Like, what's the Irish?
St. Patrick?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know.
He traced all the snakes out.
Okay, calm down.
That's the story.
I know.
Okay.
Turd.
What tree do acorns come from? You're the nature person.
The acorn tree.
Look, seriously. You know what? I was going to say...
I'm funny.
I was going to be dumb and say palm tree, but that's
Russell.
wrong. No, I was just like, you know when I think tree, I'm like palm tree, but it's not. What is it? I was going to say maple.
Man, no.
It's not maple tree.
It's not an oak, is it?
It is oak.
It's an oak? Yeah.
What is the top color in a rainbow?
Oh, no. It's yellow.
No.
Green?
It's Roy Jabiv. It's red.
Oh, I had it reversed. In my mind, I thought the red one was the last one. Yeah.
What is the closest country? That isn't Roy Jabiv or
I've never heard that.
It's like Roy. It's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. It's Reykjavik. That's like the color wheel in art class. It's like that, right?
Yeah, but I've never heard of Reykjavik.
Really? I was always taught that in like school.
No. How'd you learn this solar system?
Oh no. Okay.
What is that? What'd you learn? Because I've heard like 3 different
Pluto
ones.
is a dwarf or a microplanet now.
No, Pluto's a planet.
No, it's not.
Yes, it. Oh my god, they actually they introduced it back as a planet.
Oh,
You know
really?
that, right? Yeah. Because everyone got so mad.
Okay. What is Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. The first one is Mercury and Venus are the 2 that are closer than Earth.
No.
Yes, they are.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh no.
I think it's Venus, Mercury, Earth. Or Mercury, Venus, Earth.
Because Mercury is the closest to the sun. It's a little red ball.
Okay, it's Mercury.
My very...
Eat?
No, see, it's like my very... I thought it said my very good mother, but the thing is, it can't be that because it's like...
The globe?
No, shut up! You're stressing me out.
It's...
my very... People are listening to this and you guys are absolute idiots.
Okay, so it's the sun. That's the big shot.
My very eager mother.
So... Oh, no.
My very eager mother.
So, Mars... No. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars...
My very eager mother.
Is it Venus? It's like Venus, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. It's something like that.
Something pizza. It's like my very eager mother, something pizza. I can't
You know what? I'm not even going to fact check that. But
Pluto's a planet.
I think I was right.
Pluto's a planet.
Okay.
Anyway.
What is the country that's closest to New Zealand? It's
I've
really
never
big.
heard of New Zealand. I've heard of
Fine,
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand. What is the country that's closest to them? They have they're big and they have the outback.
Australia?
Yeah, there we go.
Australian accents are amazing to me. I could never imitate one. I've tried for so many years.
I was going to, but it's going to be offensive and embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. Like, I can't, man. I can't do it.
I was going to say shrimp off the Barbie,
Oh,
but they say
dude.
prawns. They don't say shrimp.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that's all.
So they don't say, it'd be like prawns off the Barbie.
Okay. Every Australian person or anyone who knows an Australian person is literally cringing.
I'm a firm believer.
Okay.
Where in Scotland is supposedly the big monster? Like there's the
Loch Ness?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Nessie. Loch Ness. I firmly believe in the Loch Ness monster. There's a picture. If you go to Google Images, right, we're doing it. There's a thing. If you find Loch Ness, you can see Nessie. I am not kidding you. I will pull it up for Emma to see, and it's going to blow your gourd.
I like the idea of Nessie. I mean, she's not like an aggressive thing. Isn't she just supposed to be like some peaceful, like...
She's like a big dinosaur.
A big dinosaur.
What
species was that?
I
used to know what species she's like kind of representing or is. Yeah, there's this particular species of dinosaur that was like the aquatic one that like I cannot remember what it was called. People who know all those dinosaur names are crazy to me though. I'm like, that's
one of my old foreign exchange students' dads was a paleontologist, and he has like a dinosaur that's named after him or part of one because he discovered it for the first time.
That's crazy.
And I have one of the fossils from it. If this was a video, I could definitely teleport back to where my parents live and show you guys. But so I'm looking at Scotland right now.
Yeah.
There's a Perth, Scotland, like Perth, Australia. Didn't know that. Okay, so here's Loch Ness.
What you just said, that was...
Loch.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, man.
I think I will find it for you. Here, you know what? This is going to be hard, but I'll pull up on Google Images because I think Apple Maps has different, like, their time that the satellite takes the picture, I think is different than Google. They don't share the same, like, satellite picture. But
it'd be so fun to be one of those people that just drives around and, like, takes all those pictures.
Honestly, yeah. It's like the ultimate Uber driver, except the world knows your work.
Yeah, you're just like, hey... just driving around, taking pictures of stuff and things and stuff, and it's going real well.
Okay, so you know those people that are like, the government is run by a bunch of lizard people or something?
Yeah.
Those are like conspiracy theorists?
Yes,
I'm not one of those. Okay, so here's Loch Ness from outer space.
Yeah.
Google. This is Google Images. If you type in Loch Ness monster satellite image, then if you get closer, you see that.
And
So people are saying it's a boat. However, when you see boats on Google Images, you get this. And this size of a boat, like I was watching a video on it, would be too big to be legally on Loch Ness. Because they don't have like big freighters like that. And to see that from outer space, you'd have to have a gigantic boat. And this one doesn't have like ripples above the water. So I was watching like all these like debunked things. And like, yeah. And a shark wouldn't go that way.
Oh, I would be so stoked if like Loch Ness was... actually just, I mean, I would hope she would be left to be her own, but I think it'd be cool if we could actually, like, prove that she was real.
Right?
That's
No,
really cool to
people
me.
would put her in a zoo.
I know.
This artifact belongs in a museum.
Okay, but like, it's just so cool. It's just like that awe and wonder of Loch Ness. Anyway,
That's like those
Nessie.
big squids.
Those are real though. We
No,
all know that, right?
no,
Okay.
yeah. Those big squids are real.
That scares. That's what makes me so afraid of the ocean. I'm gonna be real, because like we think that's big. Who knows what is lurking around in the areas that we have not gotten to yet? That scares me. Like,
I believe in aliens.
haven't y'all seen The Phantom Menace? I will make a reference to that. That scared me because that's so real.
Aliens?
No, the big fish, and then the bigger fish,
Oh,
and then the
there's
bigger
always
fish
a bigger
on top. Yeah,
fish.
I know, literally. And
Oh,
I'm
I thought you were
like,
talking
no.
about Watto. I was like, this is so tantalizing. I want to sell you,
Okay.
child.
Okay. I like Jar Jar
Who's
Binks,
your
though.
favorite Star Wars character? From seeing one movie
I
and then
don't
30 minutes of another.
know. I really like Jar Jar.
Oh, my favorite character, for one person out there who knows, is Bibs Fortuna. Bibs Fortuna doesn't have any speaking roles. He has one, and he's like Jabba's weird dude with the weird neck white thing that wraps around him. I'll pull up a picture. But that's Bibs Fortuna. I don't know how I know his name. It's probably because I had the action figure when I was a kid.
Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut. He ate himself to death.
Me. If that's how I go, that's how I go. And I'm prepared.
Okay. How many years are there in a millennium?
1 million.
No, it's 1,000.
Oh God, I am really not on it today.
How many sides does a triangle have?
Okay, not playing that, but 3.
You're about to be like, 4, idiot.
Yeah.
True
Wait,
or
what is
false?
that? It's not all rectangles are a square, but all squares are rectangles.
No.
No, yeah,
No.
not all rectangles can be a square, but all squares can be a
I
rectangle.
don't, I don't know that one.
Okay.
True or false? Harry's middle name is James. It's true. His middle name's after his dad.
It's been a while, honestly, since I have watched the Harry Potter
I'm
stuff.
re-listening to all of them on audiobook when I walk around now because reading is hard, but I like stories.
Reading is hard. Wow, I am super disappointed with my phone right now. Now that I'm
Oh, yeah,
looking at it.
yesterday,
Oh no. Let's
Emma-
not talk about this.
Emma
Okay,
was getting in
let
the
me
car.
explain.
No.
No, please, okay.
Emma was getting in the car. She was wearing pajama pants, put her phone in her pajama pants, dropped it out of the car, and by the grace of God, the car door is closing at the same time
Okay, so
and
the wind
smushed
caught
her
it
phone.
and smacked my phone between the jam and the door. And my mind was, I didn't.
It's jelly.
What?
You said jam.
Okay. And I did not think the door hit it that hard. It was dark out. We were leaving actually like a family party of mine, and I just kind of grabbed it and went out about my business. And then when I got home, my phone is literally bent. Its contours to my head is how bent it is. It
But
still
you can
works.
see the inside. Yeah, it does work.
It
She
still
just
works.
ordered a new
I
one.
am proud of Apple. I would honestly say go Apple. I mean, my phone survived that pretty well. I mean, it's pretty, it's popping out. I mean, it's not doing well.
How many days are in a fortnight?
Oh, man, I don't, I used to know these terms. I don't know.
It's 2 weeks, 14 days.
Fortnite. It's about how long it takes me to get anything done.
Okay, this is Neil deGrasse Tyson will be disappointed if you don't know this. What galaxy is planet Earth located in?
The Milky Way.
Okay, good.
My
there's
least
some-
favorite candy bar. I am so sorry, creators of
Okay,
Milky Way.
Reese's peanut butter cups are hot trash.
No.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
Linda, listen. Linda, listen.
Listen. Okay. The reason I think they're gross, peanut butter and chocolate, both incredible. I'll make a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich any day.
Okay, but Nutella's not chocolate. You know that, right?
It's chocolate flavored hazelnut. I know.
It's
But
not chocolate flavored hazelnut. It's just hazelnuts and cocoa
oh really?
and palm oil. I can read the whole thing. I love Nutella.
But the thing is that I find interesting
Mm-hmm.
is when you open up a Reese's peanut butter cup, the powdered peanut butter garbage inside is
Excuse me? That's not garbage. That's
it's not like
peanut
creamy.
butter-
It's
Yes,
like
it
it's like
is.
dehydrated peanut salts.
Because it's mixed with, like, powdered sugar. Have you ever had, like, Hershey bar or peanut butter pie? Like, not the creamy type. For all
No,
y'all
no,
wondering.
I
I'm
know what you're
about the little
talking-
balls. They're so
Yeah.
fun. I love doing that. You mix, like, peanut butter with powdered sugar and it makes, like, little
I wouldn't consider that fun.
morsels. I love baking, though, so that's fun. I like eating it
Okay.
more.
How many wives did
Oh, Lord.
Henry VIII have?
I ate?
6.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know.
He's the one who kept decapitating him because they wouldn't give him boys.
Oh, yeah. He was a real piece of shit person.
Okay, remember we asked a question. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay. Ooh, I actually knew this.
Ooh.
What is the name of the Greek god of music?
I don't know. You know,
It's Apollo.
I have a lot of friends that got like really well versed in the whole Greek god thing, and I just never caught on to it enough. But
What year did the Titanic sink?
oh no, I know it synced. Oh my god,
I know it synced on this day.
It sank on April 15th, but I believe
That's your birthday.
It is my birthday. I have a great outlook for romantic stuff. But anyway,
What year?
Is it the 1900s or 1800s?
1900s.
1900s. Was it like 19? It's in the 1930s.
No, way before.
1914, 1908.
1912.
1912. Okay, I was kind of around there. Okay, I do know it's on April
Ooh.
15th.
Okay, you stone chickens and stuff. What percentage of an egg's weight is its shell on average? So
I couldn't tell you the actual percentage. I mean, it's not a large percentage because the albumin is the thing that takes up most of the weight. That's the white, by the way. Is it under 20?
Yeah, it is under 20.
Is it like, is it a weird number or more of like a nice rounded off number, like 5, 10, 15, or is it more like a weird like 13.72?
There's no point. There is a number. There's no point something. It's like a whole number.
Is it under 20?
Yeah.
Is it under 10?
No.
Is it 13%?
It's 12.
Okay. I was like, it's going to be a small fraction. Did you know that if chickens don't have enough calcium, though, they lay like
they're
these
soft eggs. They're like jelly eggs.
Yeah, they're very weird. And then if you grab them and you're like reaching under the hen and grab it too hard, it's not a fun time for anybody.
Who founded the first public library in the United States? I didn't know this.
No idea.
Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, that makes
Never
sense,
president. Who was the 16th president of the United States?
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Wow.
You're going to be like George...
James Franco.
You're going to be like Harry S. Truman? Nope, way off.
Yeah, no. I know like the basic ones, but I could not tell you all of them.
Ooh, this is interesting. Which country first made use of paper money? This is the last trivia question I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to just talk about stuff.
China have a lot of like the coins and things. That was a big one with
It's
them.
China.
Is it China?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know they started with like the coins, like the cute little ones with the squares in the center. I
Yeah.
always thought those were so cool when I was little.
I feel like that's really useful. Like, say before,
What are those
called?
What is their like unit of?
I don't know. It would be different than it now because I think
Is it yen? Is that
yen.
what they use now?
I think that's what they used in like the 80s. I feel like it's different now
I don't know because I know that we
because
use...
like they used to use like a bunch of different ones like rubles in Russia, but I think they're on the. But,
I'm trying to. What does that make me think of? There's like, I feel like there's a cereal brand or something that belongs with.
But I think Russia. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought they were on the euro. I don't know. I would think, but
they're on the yen still. I'm gonna
Russia?
No, not Russia. I'm not talking about Russia. You're the one that's talking about Russia. Oh no, what is this? Oh, that's the apple.
Where did the Olympic Games originate? Like way back when? Like where's the first Olympic Games? Like this, like 1100. It's Greece.
It's the Oh Lord, I am so sorry for anybody who actually.
Oh, I'm gonna botch this one. Let's look.
Renminbi. Oh no, what'd you do? You touched it.
You
touched the pot. It's renminbi. It's a currency. It's used as currency outside of mainland China. Huh. The more you know.
Good to know. Now next time,
but it looks like one Chinese. Again, I'm so sorry. Yuan equals 0.15 US dollars.
YUAN?
Yuan? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't speak Chinese, and I'm not going to claim that I do.
1 sec. I got a Snapchat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From Sean. Let's look. He's eating tacos. Ooh, those look good. I want tacos.
I'm just hungry as general. I don't know. What's your favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant that people would know, my favorite restaurant ever is this one in this small town in Spain that I stayed in with my parents. Mm-hmm. And it's like this beach restaurant, and they had like, it's like a fisherman's town. And they like give their catches to these restaurants that are like on this like boardwalk.
Yeah.
And there's one, it's like the Spanish or like the Catalan word for like gondola or something. It's something like that. And it's this tiny little restaurant, but they were so nice because we went there all the time when we stayed there. And they gave us free meals, and my birthday was over it because we went for like spring break and other stuff. And they gave us like a free birthday cake for me because like somehow they knew from like the night before. And it was like the nicest thing ever. And it was like when I was like 14 or something.
That's cool. Mine's really boring. I just like Toscanos because
Yeah.
they just come around with skewers of meat, and I don't understand how anyone can. Okay, unless you're vegan or vegetarian, which I do understand that. They actually have a fantastic salad bar, though.
Yeah.
They have a very good salad bar.
I think, yeah. My favorite restaurant that's like a one that is accessible to people outside of the small village in Spain.
What's your favorite, like, U.S. restaurant? Like, somewhere that
No,
I could go,
yeah.
'cause-
My favorite, like, restaurant that you can go...
Portillo's.
I love Portillo's. You know what? I used to love, like, this restaurant, Maggiano's, like, the fancy Italian one.
Uh-huh.
But the last 2 times I went once with, like, my parents for, like, something from, like, my mom a couple years ago, and the food was really gross.
Oh.
That was just at this one I went to. Then we went to another one, and it was, like, you could tell the food was from the day before kind of thing, that they were, like, reconstituting kind of thing. So, not good. Probably now, my favorite restaurant, it's one in Chicago. It's called Petterino's. It's really nice. It has all these caricatures on the wall. And when I was there, I saw Vince Vaughn in the bathroom, and I lost my mind. I did not go.
Fangirled?
I did.
You
I did
fangirl?
not. I did not go up and talk to him because he was peeing, and I feel
Well,
like that would be the worst
yeah,
time to
that
talk to
would
Vince Vaughn.
Definitely lead to some issues, I'm sure.
I'm like, hey, Mr. Vaughn, I understand that you're peeing right now, but can I get an autograph as soon as you zip
I
up?
would literally be so out of my life if someone did that to me. I'd be like, you need to go away now.
Just like, I'll give you a second.
bye.
I already have the pen.
Have you ever had the McGangbang from McDonald's?
Is that the chicken sandwich side of the Big Mac or whatever?
No, it's a McDouble with a McChicken. I actually got my boss to try it the other day, and he has been like, I have the coolest boss, by the way. He's like the world's coolest boss. But we got him to try it, and he was pretty hooked on it. But then there's also the Land, Air, and Sea. Have you heard of that?
Ew, that's gross. It's gonna be a McChicken, a burger, and a fish fillet. Okay, the fillet of fish,
I have never tried one.
square fish patty. It's like a gross flat fish stick.
Wendy's has square burgers.
Do they?
Yes. I mean, they did. Every time I go to Wendy's, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a square burger, because it's like advertised as square on the menu, but then it's round, and I'm kind of like upset about that.
I don't think there's a Wendy's really
They should
close.
make a square. Well, wait, I was gonna say that sounds really stupid, because I was about to be like, they should make a square bun. But have y'all ever been to White Castle? That's
White
kind of a
Castles?
square bun.
They should have toilets in the seats at White Castles.
Why does everyone I know have that issue with? I've never had
It's
that problem.
because it's greasy.
But it's
A lot of
so
people, grease just
good.
goes
have
through
y'all
you.
ever watched them like make those sliders?
Yeah, it's crazy. They have them all out and
They
like
like
flip.
line. That's
Yeah.
cool how they line all that crap up. I'm like,
But they have
man.
like holes in them and stuff. They're like Lego pieces. Have you ever seen like the sliders beforehand? It's like the little square and there's 4 little holes so it kind of looks like a Lego piece because they stack them. Hand to God.
The more you know. I love
Yeah,
White Castle. I love their chicken rings, man. They used to have ranch powder dusted chicken
We'll
ring-
never get sponsored
rings.
by a fast food chain, but there's a study done by what the healthiest burger fast food place is, because I mean Subway's kind of fast food and so is Jimmy John's, but
Yeah,
they're a
yeah.
step above.
Yeah.
So this like the healthiest burger fast food place, and it was like Wendy's, White Castle, McDonald's, like Hardee's, Carl's Jr., and like one other.
Rally's, Chuggers.
It was like one other one like that, and Burger King, if I didn't say that. And it was like found that McDonald's obviously they like left them out for like a month, and they did like bacteria testing and a bunch of like if the lettuce would wilt. And McDonald's lasted. They just kept it going. It lasted like a year, and it looked perfect. They have the thing where they pour like molten iron on a Big Mac, and it looks the same. I'm like, what is in this sandwich?
McDonald's holds up, man. I love McDonald's. Honestly, I know so many people are against them, but
Their salads are pretty good.
the chicken nuggets are.
You mean
I
there's
don't know
you mean
what
there's
it-
sponge flavored chicken
Yes, but you know what?
or chicken
adore
flavored
it.
sponge?
Sponge flavored chicken. Man, use some sweet and sour sauce though, and I can go for chicken nuggets any day. It's literally the best thing in the world. You can see that girl on Facebook who she ordered the McChicken from McDonald's. Did you see what happened to her?
No.
Oh my god, I've never heard someone laugh so hard in a video, and it made me laugh so hard. I actually laughed out loud. That was pretty uncomfortable because I was in class, but anyway, she ordered a McChicken, and like the lettuce for the McChicken is usually I can't remember. It's either the shredded one or like the actual leaf. And the
For
one
the McChicken?
yeah, isn't it the
No, the shredded one?
which one's shredded?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't gone like to get McDonald's in forever.
I think the McChicken actually has like the flat lettuce, like the big leaf, rather than the shredded. The flat lettuce. The leaf lettuce.
Yeah.
But anyway, she got it, and the sandwich had like, I think the shredded or vice versa. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't remember. And she's like, I kind of thought that was weird. So she lifted the bun, and they took 4 chicken nuggets.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah, they put...
She was like, at first I was mad, but then I was kind of like, kudos to you. Because seriously, that's kind of
They probably ran out,
funny.
and if you order it, they're going to do it. Or someone just like an asshole. They're just like, I'm
You
just
want a
gonna...
McChicken? I'll give you some McChicken.
I'll give you the McChicken
Oh
Litz.
my god. Kudos to McDonald's workers. Can we be real though? I mean,
Those
they
people have
get
to put
so
up
much
with-
crap from people. And I'm like, if I had your job, I would want to literally punch someone. 'Cause
it's
people act
food
like such-
assembly line.
Yeah, but people act like such turds to them. Like,
No,
I would just,
yeah,
like,
people
could
are the
not
worst at
imagine.
McDonald's.
I'm like, why do you need to treat people like that?
Okay, wait. So
Also, McDonald's workers make more than I did for a while at like coffee shops. Like,
Yeah.
McDonald's workers make
you
pretty
need
good
a
money.
bachelor's degree to work at McDonald's now, right? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know if it actually got passed. I remember they were talking about it. I
Yeah.
never really followed up with that, though. I feel like no, because I feel like I still see high schoolers and stuff working there, which is fine.
Maybe
But,
it's like they're switching it over in 2018, 2019 or something.
that would be hard, though, because a lot of people from my high school worked at, like, Wendy's and McDonald's, because they're quite flexible on their schedules. So I don't know how they would do that.
a lot of people at my high school, I knew one kid who worked at McDonald's. And that's
there
the
were
only...
a few of mine.
A lot of people I knew...
A lot of them worked at, like, clothing stores.
You
That
know,
was
a lot
big
of
one.
guys I knew at my high school, most people are on sports teams or other, like, you, like, almost had to be on extracurricular. So I don't think most people had jobs. I mean, a few did, but a lot of people were, like, sports team people.
Most of the people in my high school had jobs by the time we got to our senior year.
Okay,
Most everyone worked
yeah.
on the weekends.
I mean, I was, like, a lifeguard and, like, worked at the YMCA as, like, a head swim coach and stuff, but... Yeah. Okay, wait. So going back to the fast food, so McDonald's is by far the least healthy, and then it was like Wendy's, Burger King, whatever. The most healthy one, the one that like molded the fastest and had the least amount of preservatives, was White Castle.
Yeah, White Castle is actually... I've always thought they had pretty great ingredients for their stuff.
I dig
it.
Literally, it's just sauteed onions, bun, and burger. That's like a straight up one. Because
they have tasty buns. Like, seriously, though,
I don't think I have not been to a White Castle since I was like 12.
They're good. I like their French fries. You know, they're one of the very
They're like
few
the crinkle
restaurants-
ones.
they're one of the they're one of the
They have like
best-
Portillo's fries.
You know, I don't think I've ever gotten Portillo's fries.
That's you gotta dip them in the cake shake.
Oh man, I could really go for a cake shake right now. No, I mean, I don't know. They're one of the very few fast food restaurants in my area that has crinkle cut fries. And there's Penguin Point, but they closed ours down, so there's only like one left, I think.
Wait, say that word again.
Penguin Point? Penguin?
Penguins.
Penguin.
That's like a Benedict Cumberbatch says penguin.
Penguin. Why did he become such a meme? Can we talk about that?
Because you can use any words for his name. It's like Benedict baggage claim, and you know exactly who we're talking about. There's like a bunch of meme ones.
Why? I don't know, because there's so many people who have this kind of names.
I think it's because he's really popular and has the...
Oh, wow,
She dropped her phone. Nope, don't even try to get it. It's already cracked.
No.
She's going to crack her phone. It's going to be bad.
Oh, it's already cracked, man. Oh, look, it's still alive. iPhone again. Kudos to you, man. Kudos, because...
Apple, sponsor me. Give me money.
No, seriously, because this phone has gone through hell and back with me, and it's still working. I'm kind of like, thank you. The only thing that doesn't work now is the little sound down button or the volume down, so it's going to suck when I try and listen to music tomorrow at work.
Well, is there a way, you know, like on the...
I'm just going to do it through the headphones.
Yeah.
They're the Apple ones, you can just do it by the mic or whatever and do it that way. But I cannot manually do the volume down on it right now.
Well, you're getting a new phone in 2 days, so...
I know, they didn't have the black one.
So you're getting white or rose gold?
I don't think white was an option for this one.
Or it's like... No, it's not white.
Do they even make white anymore?
It's not white. It's like...
It'd be cool if they did.
No, the iPhone 10, or... That has white officially, but I have the 8 Plus, and it's not white. It's like steel or something.
I'm going to be honest. I had the insurance on it. Thank you. Thank God. And I was kind of hoping when they were like, oh, do you want a replacement? They were going to, like, offer me the, like...
Do you want the iPhone 10?
Yeah, the newer one for, like, a little extra money. And I would just keep, like, because I definitely am on the payment plan with this, because, believe me, y'all, I cannot just go and buy a brand new iPhone. And I was kind of hoping they'd be like, would you like to upgrade for like an extra however much money a month? And I was like, please, please, please. No, they didn't do that. They're like, here's your phone, pick it out, and it'll be here by Tuesday. And I was like, okay, I can't complain because
Yeah, I mean,
phone. But
essentially, it's the one thing. It's like your like
it is
umbilical
my
cord to the universe.
livelihood. No, seriously, I don't even use computers. I rely on my
Yeah,
phone.
you
It
don't
is-
really use a computer. You only use an iPad
But
and your phone.
Man, am I versatile on iPhones? People don't even know some of the things you
Well-
can do with iPhones. I'm like, trust me, you need a PowerPoint. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of papers and stuff
People
that
make
I've
fun of
written
me for
on.
that, but I'm like, iPhones are
What's it?
the most like. I mean, okay, again, I know there are so many people listening that are like, it's not all about Apple. I understand.
I'm
because
Apple
I've
master
had-
race.
Well, he is. Russell is for sure. This is my first iPhone, the iPhone 7 Plus. I had only had BlackBerry and Droids beforehand, and I really did like Droid a lot. Being that a lot of my friends had iPhone and Apple and all that, and when I switched
One
into
of us. One
when I
of.
switched to transferred to the college that I'm at now, I really honestly just needed to switch to Apple. A lot of the stuff that they'd had was very Apple based.
Okay, Apple owns my soul. I have.
It
an-
definitely owns your soul.
I
man.
have-
He is
I've had
on it.
iPhones. Like I've had iPhones since the iPhone 4, and now we're on 8. And I think I've had every iPhone.
We're on 10, man. You were behind.
Well, mine's the 8,
Well, I know yours is.
but like
8.
technically 10. So I've had iPhone since iPhone 4.
My friend has a 10.
Really?
Yeah, she held it the other day, and I was kind of like,
I saw my first
wow.
iPhone in the wild, like my first
My
10 in the
first-
wild.
Yeah, literally, I was like,
I saw a guy walking in front of me with it.
it's a
And
natural 10.
I almost wanted to go up to him and be like, "Can I just see it?" And he was probably just gonna be like, "Dude, screw off! Like, I'm not
No,
gonna let
I
you see."
don't think so because they are so like hard to come by. Apparently, Verizon now, fun fact, actually like has them available.
Or
they're
you just
no
go
long-
get one.
Yeah, they're no longer doing that whole like you gotta wait till March or whatever
Oh,
to
yeah,
get one.
yeah.
I think that they actually figured out the production. I mean, again, I don't know. There's probably
Yeah.
also Apple people who are screaming right now. I'm so sorry, but
We don't know, and we're not experts on
no,
anything.
I am never gonna be a technology review person because I could not do that.
I
But
love those guys on YouTube. That's the only reason I know how to even set anything up for my podcast. How I have like my headphones. How I know how to do anything on my computer is tech YouTubers.
Does anybody know why there's a bite taken out of the apple? Does anybody know why that's actually a thing?
Oh,
That's like the logo
wait,
that
wait.
they chose. Isn't there a
It-
reason for that?
It is. It has to do something with the apple of wisdom or apple of knowledge. Seriously, it has to do something with that, like the Adam and Eve apple of knowledge.
No way.
Yeah,
For real?
Okay.
Was Steve Jobs like religious?
I don't know, but it has to. Well, I think Steve Wozniak, the other guy, did the logo. Something like that. You can look it up. It has to do something with the apple of
It's
wisdom.
the tree of knowledge, isn't it?
Tree of knowledge?
Isn't it the tree of knowledge?
The sneak of snake.
Seriously, dude,
what
if you
were
ever
we-
listen to this,
No,
I praise you for that video.
Wait,
because
wait.
I laughed out.
What? We were talking about a thing, and now we got way off to. Oh, there's something I
we
want.
went back to the fast food thing again.
No, there's something else. I lost it forever. For people who wanted me to talk about a certain thing, or I was on a tangent. Sorry. Yeah, this is our first episode. It's gonna be like
This is
this.
supposed to be something about nothing and everything all the time.
Well,
so here you go.
I really wanted to do Justice League and make fun of you for not watching Star Wars yet, but
well, you
that's
can't,
next time.
So deal with it. You'll hear about it next time.
Oh wait. Speaking of
what?
tech stuff, the Tesla thing.
Mm.
I want. Okay, Teslas are
Again, English.
Teslas have always been so cool, but now with like their new one and Elon Musk coming out of the semi and then having a sports car in the back, I'm like, Elon, shoot me a rocket ship full of Teslas to my house because you guys have figured out how to land those. Elon, give me a Tesla.
I don't think he's gonna give you a Tesla.
No, you're right. But that'd be pretty great.
It's
Like,
pretty cool cars.
you know those times where
Catch
you need
the
a good.
feels.
You know those times where you need a good cry and you watch like homeless people like getting like jobs or like
Oh god.
dogs like
yeah.
finding their
No,
owners
that's me.
or soldiers coming home from like war
That's
and their
my go-to,
dogs
man.
and
That's
they're
my go-to homecoming videos.
and
Or
dogs
gender
freak
reveals.
out.
I don't know why, but gender reveals are always like my fave. Or,
gender
like,
reveals for
pregnancy
babies for
announcements.
people who don't know what gender reveal is. I didn't know what it was until you told me.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know what
Oh,
that was.
That's like no one could know because there just wasn't the technology for it. And then you always spot like unisex stuff, and then people like were able to find out, and a majority of them would find out like ASAP. And then like there were a few like families that still would just be like, nah, I don't want to know till the day of.
What if it comes out, you know, like how it's like blue for a boy and pink for a girl for just like the gender reveal?
Mm-hmm.
What if you got one that's like green or yellow? You're like, Wait, what?
People have had that happen before as
Really?
an accident. Yeah, they've done like cakes or balloons, and like the company or like whatever they hired to do it either got confused or like something just did not translate properly, and they would get like a yellow cake, and people were just like,
Oh, that'd be
well,
scary.
the thing is, yeah, because that one envelope usually is given to.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean, you can
one
get it
secret.
again,
but
but
that's
like
like a
it's just
whole-
not the same thing. I don't know.
Okay,
It scares me.
here's my gender reveal story plan thing that if I was going to do one today, here's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to plan one for another person, if it was a friend, here's what I'd do. So I'd run it like a bachelor party. You know how
What?
like when you have a cake and there's like a stripper in the cake,
Okay.
but you have the stripper painted blue or pink, and you cut the cake and she's like, "It's a boy" or "It's a girl," and that's it. That's how they do the
That's
reveal.
really messed up,
Because
man.
one, then people are like, "What? There's a stripper in the cake," but two, they're like, "Oh my god, it's a boy, it's a girl." But then
Alright.
you could be like, "I was at this gender reveal and a stripper showed up." That'd be a cool story. I don't know. I feel like that'd be.
know.
I
I've
feel like
seen,
that'd be
like-
fun.
I've seen quite a few different ways to do it that I thought were really cool. I mean, there's like some really interesting ones. Around where I live in a very rural area, to leave it as vague as possible. So there's like a few where people have made these little.
Where
they're-
she lives, it looks like the beginning of Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz.
It's cute.
It's actually black and white
very
here.
Quaint.
No, it's
Yes,
actually
everything
black and
is black and white.
See,
Everything's
I live
black
in
and
I
white.
live in a city, and it's like Oz. Everything's like green, and there's color changing horses. No flying monkeys.
Yeah, no.
But there are color changing horses and big heads that talk to you.
Yes.
That's how.
Wait, what?
Pay no attention to the man
Oh,
behind
yeah,
the curtain.
Yeah. I was real lost for a minute. I was like, what? I was thinking of like Alice in Wonderland for a second.
They are very similar in a weird kind
They
of way.
kind of are. Oh my god, you're right.
In a weird way, they're
Wow.
kind of similar because they go
Mind blown.
through. Well,
I mean, I guess it's
essentially,
similar.
Wizard of Oz is just a hallucination.
Yeah, right. That really messes you up the older you get.
Well,
I feel
okay,
like when you're younger,
wait,
it doesn't
so
click.
go to Wizard of Oz. So you know how she has the dream, like the Tin Man, the Scarecrow,
The lion.
the lion,
Don't
are all,
mess this up, man.
the
Don't
lion,
mess this up.
and even the wizard himself are all people that she like met earlier in the story.
Yeah.
How? So is she gets knocked out in the tornado, so she just dreams all of this. And the witch is the evil lady who tries to steal her dog, who tries to steal Toto at the beginning, or is like, "Your little dog must go." So that's like the witch. So she just hallucinated all of that with the flying monkeys and the munchkins, which I feel like is an offensive term now. I think it's little people, not munchkins.
I don't know what the whoa.
Because
don't
I
know
feel
what
like
the
munchkin now is almost like the M word that I don't want to say to offend people. But I don't know, maybe it's not. But I feel like that term, or like dwarf, would be like considered like offensive. Because like when I personally think of dwarves as just like a Lord of the Rings fan, you think of like
I think-
Gimli.
I don't know. I think she was definitely dreaming it the whole time.
No, yeah, but the whole munchkin thing, I feel like that's an offensive word now.
I don't know. Did you know that there is an emu in the background of one of the scenes of Wizard of Oz?
Like the bird?
Yes, like the bird.
Is it in the forest?
Yes. Yes. The one that's kind of near
There's a hanging munchkin as well.
No. I don't believe that. I have watched that movie multiple
No,
times.
there
and
are
never...
pictures on the internet
there's
of it.
pictures on the internet, but there's pictures on the internet of everything.
You're right.
I
It
don't-
could be Photoshop.
Yeah, I think it's Photoshop because they're like, oh yeah, he like hanged himself because he couldn't get the part or whatever, and that's been like disproven. I'm like 99.9% sure that has been disproven.
So
I
wait, why
thought
is there an
that-
emu? Is it just
I
like
don't know. My mom has watched that movie for years, since she was like a little girl. And then like I showed it to her and she's like, no, there's not. And I'm like, there is in the very background. If you watch very carefully, it's like near the
You
house.
know what?
What?
I'm gonna guess why. Because Wizard of Oz is definitely filmed on a soundstage. They were probably filming another movie at the same time with that emu or that like emu wrangler,
My guess is
and
like,
they walked through set, and they were just filming.
No,
That's what
I
happened.
think what happened is they were kind of like, because the Wizard of Oz is
Okay,
a little-
wait. Working on a movie set, there was a homeless guy that stepped onto our movie. Like literally, there's a shot in the movie that I did that we're on the back lot of our
Uh-huh.
studio, right?
Yeah.
And what happened was we were filming a car scene, and it's a stationary scene. And there's one part where the main character gets out of the car. There's a homeless dude walking in the background because there's like another filming on the other side of the back lot
Yeah.
down the alley. And I think he like saw that and just started walking. Then we had to stop the movie for like 30 minutes and tell this dude who he was homeless, and this guy clearly had like mental illness and like stuff. So it was very difficult to get this like guy to leave. It was a really big deal. It was really sad. But that's a thing. So if this homeless gentleman wandered onto our set, who's to say an emu isn't going to wander
No,
onto
but,
Wizard of
hear
Oz
me.
in like the
Hear
30s?
me out. What I think is, since, like you said, in the 30s, like, people were not, in my opinion, I don't think people were exposed to, like, quote-unquote exotic creatures like an emu. So I think that, like, since they were trying to make it this
Oh, the
mystical
mastical place.
wonderland, mastical? What the hell is mastical? You think magic and mystical?
Yeah.
This, like, mystical wonderland of, like, crazy creatures. I think that's why they chose an emu, because, like, back then it would not have been a prevalent animal to see.
Yeah, that was
especially
like
in
an
the US.
exotic creature.
Yeah, that would not have been something you saw. Also, ostrich farms. Total sidebar moment, but
You can
what?
ride ostriches.
Yeah, man, but also ostrich farms. I want to have
But
an ostrich
I'm just
farm.
saying, like, in the 30s and stuff, you know those big doors on movie studios? I learned this working at a studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know what those big doors are called? The vault ones?
Mm-mm.
They're called elephant doors because in the old movies they had elephants on set, and that's the only door that could get them through. In our studio, on the side door, we had a rhino door. And I was always like, what the hell's a rhino door? You see what rhinos in. It's just a smaller version of an elephant door. But
Well, that's
ours was up a
interesting naming.
huge step, and I almost broke my legs multiple
Oh,
times.
God.
Because you walk out the green screen lab, and there's like these big, like, they look like they're for a bank vault. They like have this spinny thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you open it, and there's like a 2.5 foot drop, and then the back lot, the parking lot. And you just have to get a ramp. And I'm like, if this is really a rhino door, it's like rhinos can't jump or like go up big inclines. I'm like, how the hell did you get a rhino in here? You have to get like a
Oh.
huge like steel ramp, and it was quite steep. It's like if you take like a first story like window like on the first floor of your house, and then walk out that outside. That's like what the drop was. It was like probably 3.5 feet. And we had to load in gear and out of that room. But yeah, we divulged or digressed from Wizard of Oz. But no, the emu thing, it's either he stumbled in, that emu was looking for his room. He stumbled on a Wizard of Oz, made a cameo. But he's like,
hey, man, how's it going?
I gotta be in this zoo movie across set. I don't know where I am. He's like, I'm in the forest. I'm gonna hide here.
Emus are such cute animals. Like,
They are. No, they're big, ugly birds.
They're very interesting animals. What are you looking at? You're giving me the heebie-jeebies.
The willies?
Yeah. Okay. So he's just like keeps,
okay.
He keeps
No,
looking behind me, man. I don't
No,
know.
never mind.
That.
No, I was just looking around.
Also, fun fact about me: I used to work at a mortuary transport services company.
She was the Grim Reaper.
I was not the Grim Reaper, but I would help transport deceased individuals to and from their locations. And man, I tell you, after that job, when people like stare behind me and stuff now, it's just a no-no. It gives me the chills. I mean, I loved the job and I loved what I did working with the families, but you know, if you're like at a funeral home at 3 a.m, you can only imagine it gets a little, like, just a hair on the like
The creepy
yikes
side?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
It was fun.
So based on that, I think Emma has haunted my apartment.
I have
So
not.
I will tell you guys a story. So I was looking for a specific pair of shoes that I'm actually wearing right now. So I was in my apartment, and I have like one of those closet doors that has the mirror on one side. And so I opened up the closet, and I was like, okay, I need to find my shoes. I was in a rush. So I took all the shoes out of my closet. I wasn't that much of a rush because I organized my shoes in the hallway, like to the door. So I organized them all. I left. I walked out of my room and out of my like area to see if my roommates were around, to be like, hey guys, did I leave my shoes out here when you were like vacuuming, and did you move them? They weren't around. So I walked back into my bedroom, and the shoes were literally in the middle of the empty closet. It's not like you could have just missed those.
Ooh,
And then-
a flashlight.
Yeah, ooh. And then the faucet turned on without any of us being over there. We were watching like YouTube videos on the couch, and the faucet turned on. It's not like it started dripping. It legitimately, like, the handle moved kind of on, but the handle didn't. It just started running, and we've lived in there for like 6 or 7 months. Nothing like that.
Also, you have like you live in an apartment with maintenance crews, and it's almost
So you're saying the maintenance crew has an invisibility cloak?
It is almost very cold where we're at, and so they could have just been like running the faucets
At 1
to
in the
make sure
morning?
Yeah, man, it gets cold. If it could have been like the first frost
No,
or the first
yeah.
freeze, that's what I would think of, because you sometimes have to leave the faucets drip.
Okay, there's
For those of
another
you who
one.
live in these beautiful, wonderful, warm areas, when you live in the cold, you sometimes have to leave your faucets drip or all your pipes will bust.
But also, I think our other one that we are, like, there's something going on. One of my roommate's lights, he was laying in his room, and his lights flickered on and off. He has, like, like Christmassy kind of twinkly lights.
Swinging slasher.
Yeah, he has like the twinkly
You totally
lights.
don't get that reference, do you?
No.
He's never really watched SpongeBob, y'all, and I know it's like a horrible thing.
Okay, SpongeBob, I've seen like the leaf blower, the reef blower episode with Squidward, a few others, but when I was a kid that age, for some reason, it was like on, or it's because I had foreign exchange students at my house when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They always watched The Simpsons when I was like 4 years old, so I got into that. I've never really liked Family Guy.
A little bit.
Like I like The Simpsons. I like South Park when I was a kid. I don't like as much
South
now.
Park.
But I love The Simpsons. So, like, when all my friends at school were like, did you see this episode of SpongeBob or, like, Jimmy Neutron or something? I was way more just into The Simpsons all the time. Sorry, Emma's going to go grab for a box of chocolates.
Okay, fun fact. I love food. Like, love food. And Russ got me this phenomenal box of chocolates. And it's called Starbuck Airlines Belgian Seashells. And oh my god.
They're straight fire.
They are straight fire. They're like the love of my life, man. I'm telling you. They're so...
Just, put it back down.
I know.
But, okay, so about the SpongeBob Simpsons thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just always more into that than anything else. And it's just because there's, like, a gajillion episodes of The Simpsons. And, like, I think it's because I got into that so much. Then watching SpongeBob was kind of a downstep comedy-wise. Because Simpsons was very, like, adult-ish comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, SpongeBob, I don't know. I just went into that more. And then watching SpongeBob, like, the animation style, in my opinion, wasn't as good. It was just kind of, like, hokey. And maybe because I watched The Simpsons so much as a little kid, that's what I was like, this is what little kid cartoons were in my mind.
They're not.
Even though, like, I
The
had
Simpsons
cable.
is pretty rough.
No, yeah, even though I had cable and everything else, I was just, like, The Simpsons. And I think that's why I turned out to be a film person.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I was exposed to all that as a kid. And my parents always watched, like, movies, like, their movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, dramas and stuff. And when I was, like, 5, I'd watch that instead of watching, like, Disney movies. I mean, I did watch, like, The Lion King and Jungle Book and all that stuff like kids do, but my parents are both big movie nerds. I mean, they're just big nerds in general. But I did that, so I think that's why I've seen, like, I haven't seen every movie, but I've seen, like, the classics and a lot of old movies because my dad's, like, a big Turner Classic movie guy. Mm-hmm. But that's why I don't like cartoons in general, a lot of things. When people make a SpongeBob reference or, like, these, like, meme references to all these different things, I literally never watched it, so I don't have that ability to be like, oh my god, this is hilarious because it's so relatable to when I was a kid. But back to the ghost thing. There's another time we were watching YouTube videos in our like family room. We turned off the computer that we have hooked up to our like centralized TV. We all went back in our rooms to do whatever. The TV and the YouTube videos turned back on, but not the video we were watching. We all run out to the middle room at the same time. Literally everything was still turned off, but the TV and the YouTube stream was still on that we had turned off. And maybe that's someone like, I don't know, the remote had a set timer or something, but there's been weird things afoot lately in my apartment. However, I don't know. I'm going home to see like my family, then coming back to see Emma for Thanksgiving and everything, but so I won't be at my apartment for a while, but still there's some spooky wooky things afoot.
Also, I've heard this story like 5 times in the last 2 days.
Yeah, because if I get murdered, people know.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, oh, it was ghosts.
Yeah, totally.
Or a squatter that's living in our, like, ceiling.
That seems way more likely to me.
Yeah, that does seem more likely. But...
Again, I'm not saying I don't believe in ghosts, but I just feel like for your situation, since it's, like, a large apartment complex, it's just like a squatter or something.
I
don't know. Like I said, just might have maintenance people doing shit right now to try and prep for the cold. The bitter cold coming on.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, the water thing, that would make sense to me. The electric thing, I mean, your roommate built that computer thing that's hooked to your TV, so of course it might have a couple...
bugs.
Yeah, like some things that...
He built it off an old laptop and literally a shoebox.
I mean, it's cool he can do that, but there also could be some issues, something he missed or something somewhere which could cause that. I think Nate's lights...
My other roommate, yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, that could just be an electrical thing. I mean, I've had that happen before.
No, yeah, I could see that, but
or the bulbs,
still.
like, going out. I mean, I don't know. It just could be, like, a lot of, like, little stupid things. I don't know.
Yeah,
The shoes... Man, I love you, but sometimes you were really forgetful, and sometimes you'll do stuff and you don't even remember
But that's
doing
one of those things where
Dude,
you move everything out of... You've had
Yeah.
those where you move everything, you
Yeah,
turn around
I
and
have.
it's there.
And no, I've done that where I move everything out and I grab the thing I need and put it on the floor, and then still for some reason think I'm still looking for it.
But
and
it's
I'll
not.
come
It
back.
wasn't on the floor. It was all of my shoes were moved out of the closet across the room, and I left, came back, and those were the thing in the closet. Like the closet was literally empty because I went in there to pull everything out.
I don't know, man. Maybe you just moved in there. I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's spooky wooky things afoot.
Oh my goodness, I need a nap.
It's 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:15 in the afternoon. I know. Y'all are contagious.
Yeah, I know they are. Isn't that crazy?
But yeah,
Cool. Well,
no, yeah, this, I don't know. Wait, let's see how long this has been going. I don't have a timer on it, and I'm recording on my computer and have all the software up, but I didn't turn on the timestamp. So let me do some math. 2701 divided by 60. Okay, yeah, we'll go for another minute. But just to have
we're,
like a roundish
so thrilled
number.
to hear you do math.
Yeah, I know. That's what people want.
But
See,
anywho,
this is definitely setting a low bar for the podcast because people are like, "Oh my god, this is what it's about," and they're just never going to listen, or they're going to love it and think we're hilarious.
I don't know about that part of it, but we'll see. I suppose.
Yeah, I'm supposed.
I really need to take a nap. But yeah, so this is definitely one of those things where it was totally about nothing.
But it was about other things. We talked about things, but there was... So, you know, like how people say Seinfeld is a show about nothing, but there's things that happen? Kind of the same way we're running this. Like, every episode we do kind of isn't going to have a... There's not going to be, like, this continuity and plot where it's an ongoing story. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like whatever we want to talk about that week, or if we watched a movie or saw something cool on Netflix, or what have you, if something happened, like, in our lives, we'll just kind of talk about it and keep it, like, lighthearted and such. Also, if anyone is out there and hasn't seen the show Big Mouth on Netflix, hilarious.
Yeah.
If you are a person...
You have to have a crude sense of humor, though. If you are, like, super conservative, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, would not advise you watch it. You're not going to think it's funny.
The show, if anyone doesn't know, but they should watch it, is about Nick Kroll, the actor, and John Mulaney, the comedian and actor. They play, like, two young kids, like, they're, like, 12 in grade school, and the way their hormones and puberty are, like, personified is this hilarious character called the Hormone Monster.
There's two of them.
And then there's the Monstress for the female characters, and it is the funniest thing because it's what every like young boy thinks in their mind personified into this like almost like a weird Where the Wild Things Are type character.
Yeah, he does kind of have that
and
vibe.
so does she, but he's like really skinny and kind of gross, but he's like one of those guys who's your conscience. He's like, do it, you won't, and like that kind of thing. It's so funny because there's like, I think The Simpsons is funny. I think Family Guy has funny-ish moments. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of, like, BoJack Horseman on Netflix is funny. Archer is funny. But there was a few times where we were watching it, I was laughing so hard I was crying.
Yeah, I have not seen you laugh that hard in a long time.
Yeah,
it was
like...
very funny. I thought it was very funny. I mean, again... If you do not have the capability of taking, like, crude humor, I would not advise watching it because it will be, like, offensive to you. Do not watch it around young children or your little siblings. Not a good idea.
Like, I showed my roommates and some of my other friends, I told them about Big Mouth, and, like, what they show it. I'm like, it's not shown to be sexual. It's shown to be, like, funny because that's, like...
It's, like, a very real life. That's the best way to describe it. It's, like, real life in a cartoon.
Every, like, boy, if you're, like, on a sports team or something, you're in a locker room, you accidentally, like, someone's towel drops, you accidentally see a wiener every now and then, and it's not, like, intentional. It just happens, like, oh, my God.
I would not be able to,
But that's, like, a thing that, like...
I guess, I don't know. You should just let them watch it. It's funny.
It's amazing.
Watch
it. That was our review of the show, the most nonsensical...
It was a horrible review, but it's a fantastic show. I loved it.
No, 100%.
If you are in college
or older,
or older, or even I guess senior in high school. I don't know. You judge your own stuff, but just don't watch it with like public people behind you.
Yeah, okay. You haven't seen the end of Stranger Things 2?
Have you?
Yeah, it's don't watch it.
I am horribly offended right now
because
that was something that you and I were doing together.
No,
don't
it's
even
not
yell
good.
me.
It's not. This isn't me.
All my coworkers saw it and said it was great.
I love Stranger Things Season 1. I'm not going to spoil anything about Season 2. However, there's this one thing with a character from the first season who, you know, like, if you haven't seen the first season, spoilers, there's like the Demogorgon, the monster that's haunting them, and they from Dungeons and Dragons, and from the Upside Down. In the second season, there's another-ish Demogorgon type creature, and one of the characters is like housing it at his house, where it clearly looks enough like the first Demogorgon for you to be like, oh, hey, this little cute creature, it has a very similar characteristics to this monster that almost killed us. Let's keep it in my house, and let's feed it food. Like, I get it, there's like a parallel to E.T. there. However, I'm like, dude, this is like one of those times in movies where it's like, did you not learn the lesson that we've all learned? Like, you clearly have. That's why we learned the lesson. And then there's another character who like finds a way into the Upside Down, but goes in there like totally unprepared. I'm like, what are you doing? Go in with other people or have like a rope to get your way out. And there's just moments like that that just don't make sense. And then there's one character that goes off on their own adventure to find other people for an episode. And it's just like, isn't well written. I mean, it's a cool show. I'm going to watch seasons 3 and 4 because they said there's 2 more seasons. But, like, it's just not well written. I love the show. I genuinely do. I love the 80s vibe. I love all of it. But there's just some really dumb writing in it where I'm like, no one in the real world or in this Stranger Things universe would act like this. If you've already been through this situation, you wouldn't make the exact same mistake again because you'd be so horrified of seeing that again that you'd probably lock yourself in your house. That's just my thing on it. I'm not being a hater on it. It was actually really cool. There's just some really dumb things about it, and it was not nearly as good as season 1. Because season 1 set this precedent of like this, this kid thing, but nah. Okay, sorry, I ranted about it because
you ramble.
I have not said that to anybody, but I had to get it out.
You ramble, man. You ramble. But yes, so this is our first episode. Sorry if it totally bored you. If you loved it, thank you so much. And please wait for our next one. It'll be even better, hopefully.
We are going to do episodes, have them out every Sunday night or Monday morning, depending on when I get this edited.
Yes.
But they'll be out then. We are going to link this to a YouTube channel and everything, so if you like it, you can stay connected with us.
Please do.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Adios.